Continuing our talk with the Treasury Minister Alf Cannan about this year's budget. Mr. Roberts must be happy with you, Chief Constable, because he's been cut heavily over the years and you've come up with some more cash for him. Did he ask for it? Did you just hand it over? Was it a big negotiation? Has he got what he wants?
Well, I think, I've met with the Chief Constable, I've spoken to the Minister. The Minister's lobbied hard for the money, as is the Chief Constable. I think you get to a point where you recognise that the police have had a lot of restrictions placed on them over the last 5 years, and the last administration in particular. The new minister has lobbied hard for additional funding, and I think our commitments to having a safe and healthy island mean that we reach a stage where you think actually the police do need investment now. They need this additional money, which will help them with their community initiatives. It will help them dealing with some of the mental health issues that they're dealing with out in the community. And obviously I look forward to hearing further details from the minister. But it's important. I think we designed the budget around the commitments made in the programme for government. That was one of our critical commitments. And if we're promoting ourselves as a great place to live and work, then having a secure environment, a safe environment for our community and for our residents, it's vital we got that money through to them.
Anything come out the SAVE initiative in the end? I keep thinking that just rolls on and we...
the SAVE initiative is there. I mean, there are actions happening as a result of that.
Has anything actually happened yet, though?
No, there is money that is being found from that initiative. There are further byproducts, if you like, of that initiative rolling out. You will see, I mean, I did highlight in Tim, or I will highlight in my speech, that there is a £15 million still unidentified savings written into the budget. It's been pushed to the end of this 5-year performance. That's been somewhat negated by our overall economic performance, but it's still there. So there are some risks around in terms of our overall plan, but we are performing well. The economic performance, 479 new people registered for tax, 73 new businesses.
Your bonuses from then, because it's gone up.
Is all helping to support public spending.
Population's going up again now. We've had our dip, and now people come back in.
Well, I haven't seen the latest figures, but certainly the indications are that we are performing well in that respect, and it's pleasing to see these sorts of numbers. I did say in last year's budget that we had 600 or so new people onto the income tax register, another 479. New people on, and also with the unemployment figures, it does mean that we had forecast to spend money on unemployment benefits and welfare for the unemployed, and it means that we're not spending that money, so that's also contributing.
Personal allowances obviously going up. Just keeping up with the UK, are we still ahead, or where are we?
Well, we were when I came in, we were behind the UK. We were quite significantly behind. I think almost £1,000 plus behind. But in the last 3 budgets, the third budget included, we've raised the personal allowances. It was at £10,500. This budget will raise it to £14,000. Cumulative total for that means that in most cases an individual will be £700 better off, and a family now will be £1,400 better off in terms of their income tax than they were 2 budgets ago. So I'm absolutely delighted with the progress there. It was vital that we got more money back into the pockets of our residents, and that's been a key tool in allowing us to do so.
Capital projects, anything big coming up? We've got the graph here, we can show everything. You have a fair amount of things on
we have, so I mean, I can just focus a little bit more on the individuals and the families. Clearly, because we've also done quite a lot again this year around the welfare support, targeting our welfare support predominantly for families, young families, those in both parents working. So there's more money, a 5% rise in child benefit. Which will be welcome, I think, for those families with younger children, and also we put more rises, above inflation rises, into employed persons allowance, and also into some of our disabled support as well. So I think we've put a very balanced programme together, but we continue with our theme of really helping the family heartbeat of our society by getting through to our working families and getting more money into their pockets to deal with the cost of living issues that we've been facing and tackling, and also providing them a better platform to deal with other cost rises that they may be feeling.
You've given all this out to all the members already, so it's a done deal. Everyone's happy, are they? Was there any dissenters at all? I mean, there's no opposition, is there?
Well, we haven't seen. I don't think there's always opposition, Paul, and rightly so. And I think whether it's opposition or challenge, I think people do need to challenge government spending, and I would be very disappointed if there wasn't challenge. I mean, we haven't had the vote yet, so I can't say whether or not at this present point whether this got universal support.
But you did make a presentation.
But there has been. Well,
you've got the mood music there,
Paul,
right?
Look, our finances are on track in terms of the financial plan. We've put more money into people's pockets over the last 3 budgets, right? We've got a solid capital programme. We've got unemployment down below 1%. There's a lot of very positive indicators, and of course, you know, we're well set, I think, to deal with some of these broader challenges. But that doesn't mean to say that we can relax, because there's a lot to tackle out there. You know, we've got a big health review, so healthcare, for example, that needs sorting out. We've got issues with the post office. We've got education challenges that we need to resolve. You know, we've got to keep diversifying the economy. We've set ourselves a target to grow the working population. So. Absolutely. I mean, I think we can be confident. This is what I'm saying. I think we can be confident in what we're achieving, but there's no room for us to be complacent. And of course, yes, capital programme, the capital works are continuing to improve the infrastructure of the island. There'll be some big capital projects happening. Biggest, obviously, at Douglas Promenade. We'll see really getting underway this year, and of course, new terminal across in Liverpool, which is planned.
I've left it then. Brexit. I mean, that could throw everything out, could it? I mean, you know.
Well, I think we've really
pound dropping and all that. There's potentially.
Well, what I will say is we are standing by to support business if necessary, if there is any sort of short-term blip. And you know, clearly it would be foolish not to recognise that there could be some challenges in that particular respect.
How's e-gaming looking?
We are, you know, we already have a very internationally focused financial services sector. I think a very internationally focused business sector, particularly around, you know, e-gaming, e-commerce. So I think I view the future with a lot of confidence. And if there are issues, then we are in a position to overcome those issues, support our businesses, and I think find the solutions that we need for this island. And whatever gets thrown at the broader United Kingdom and the Isle of Man, and the Crown dependencies, we will have a bright future.
You just always hear these rumours, you know, that there's going to be massive. Like the e-gaming is the sector which people always say there could be all sorts of fallout with a bad Brexit or whatever, and that is a massive amount.
Well, you're always carrying risk with any of our sectors. I think what I would say to the businesses and the business community at the moment is, you know, short-term thinking is not going to deliver, because you know, the island, I think, has consistently demonstrated its stability. I think our public finances are in an extremely strong place, and we've got the ability to react and shape our own destiny. So, you know, knee-jerk reactions, I don't think are necessary amongst business. Short-term financial gain should not just be the driver at the moment for the business community. It shouldn't just be the driver for government either. You know, and together, I'm confident that we can deliver a much brighter future for this island if we work together to overcome some of the difficulties or obstacles that might come our way.